This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Tuesday, August 16th, 2016, and the title of this rant will be, Without a Landslide, Gridlock Will Continue in D.C., or without a landslide for Hillary, so to speak. So, Hillary's way ahead. The Electoral College, she's way ahead. The popular vote, she's way ahead. With all of the major groups, white men with college educations, women, blacks, Latinos, East Asians, way ahead in all of those categories. We already know that if the election were held today, just in the states that she is 10 points ahead, she would already have enough votes to win in the Electoral College. But, can she get 60 in the Senate? I don't think so. Can there be a majority in the Senate? Yes, and that'll be good to get Supreme Court justices through. But without 60 votes in the Senate, then the minority will hold up anything. And of course, right now in the House, because of all the gerrymandering that went on in 2010, because elections do matter, that there probably will not be a majority of Democrats in the House, and Paul Ryan will not bring up any legislation that will do anything against anything but his hardcore conservative group, the Freedom Group. Is that what they're called? I don't know. So these are the things that Hillary will have to try and work with and not have the House or the Senate, Congress doing anything about. So it'll be by executive order, and then there'll be lawsuits against it. So, but these are the things the American people will be losing out on if this happens. Number one, there will be no comprehensive immigration reform. We will be stagnant, and there will be lawsuits every time Hillary tries to do something to make things better for them. There will be no comprehensive immigration. I just said that. There will be no acknowledgement of global climate change. So there was something yesterday where, most of the states that are for Trump right now, and a handful of others, have absolutely no policy on how to reduce their carbon footprint. But whereas the western states, California, Washington, Oregon, the whole eastern half, and a lot of the Midwest states, they all have policies on reducing their carbon footprint, on increasing in renewables, etc. But without a majority in the House and 60 in the Senate, nothing will happen in terms of global climate change and what we can do about it on the national level. And of course, on the local level, states, municipalities, cities, counties, parishes, they're all trying to do something, but it won't come on the national level. There will be no increase in the minimum wage on the national level. Now, right now, as an example, Seattle's at $15 an hour. New York is going towards 15. California's going towards 15. I think New York State will be there earlier than California. And of course, other states, Maryland is one of them. But there will be nothing on the national stage. So in places like Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, it's going to stay at $7.25 an hour. Nothing, we need to have this increased. Right? There will be no taxes on the rich in any way, shape, or form. So I believe Hillary's policy is to slowly move up and tax the rich, going from about 34% to 37%, and for the super rich from like the 34% to the 39%. It's not going to be an astronomical amount of money, but we need to do this. That won't happen. We won't be able to have a transaction tax on high-speed transactions. We won't be able to further regulate Wall Street, which is going to be vitally necessary as the big banks and Wall Street are continuing in their ways right now. We need tighter financial regulation. Again, there will be nothing on the national stage in terms of increased gun safety laws. Nada. Nothing. Nothing will be done about that, all right? And there will be no investment in the United States. There will be no stimulus. And of course, as Dr. Paul Krugman has pointed out time and time and time again, that this is the time to invest in America, because the interest rates that we would borrow on as a country are about at as close to zero as you could possibly get. And now is the time to lock in those rates. And of course, I do believe there was a new thing that came out that that the amount of money that we need to spend to get our infrastructure to where it needs to be is at around $3 trillion by the year 2020. So we need to be making these investments now. And that has to be done by Congress, because state and local governments, they rely on the money from, the federal government to do a lot of these projects. They work in conjunction with them. We need a stimulus so that we can borrow at these low interest rates. That won't happen at all. And what else is going to happen? That as soon as Hillary gets elected, there is going to be a continuing stream of right-wing outrages of the day, of the week, of the month, of the year, of terrible things about Hillary, personal things about Hillary, that she can't govern, etc. There will be the continued onslaught about how there's the deficit, there's the debt. The deficit is as far as the eye can see. So again, they want to continue with austerity. They want to keep keep holding the country back. There's going to be a whole big crapola about, the interest rates are going to rise where they haven't risen in the last 7 or 8 years. Inflation is just around the corner, whereas the Fed has been holding down inflation for 6 or 7 years. Again, all contrived, all made up, all done strictly to keep the Democrats from advancing policies that will help the nation as a whole. And this idea that we need to have this landslide is very pertinent. But without that landslide, without the House, and without 60 in the Senate, all of the things that I just talked about and many, many more won't even come close to being reality. So we need to do some more door knocking starting today.